His stint in the war with the American military was over. D-Day still in the fight. Ah, well, that made sense. Gator had met his wife, D-Day, on assignment. Together, they'd battled to stay alive. Now they battled apart. D-Day was a night stalker who flew special ops groups into the fray in the dead of night, mere feet off the ground, at breakneck speeds. One twitch of her arm muscles, and she could be nose down in a fireball in a split second. Gator, too, still took off on missions that required the finesse of a special operator. If there was a couple that faced death on a daily basis, it was her brother and sister-in-law. They were calm and accepting of their potential demise. "We came here and did what we could while we could," they'd said when Aurelia asked for pointers on how to face her fears. As global hotspot reporters, Remy and Aurelia spent a good portion of their time hunkering under falling buildings to report the news to the world. They didn't have the same level of hazard as Gator and D-Day's jobs, but there was a risk. Tonight, a bigger risk than usual. Aurelia wanted to be brave in the face of danger, like her brother and Remy, but her own brain screamed that she wasn't ready to die, wasn't done with life. She needed more time to accomplish something to help humanity. Maybe that was the difference. D-Day, Gator, and Remy had been doing this for so long that their accomplishments were undeniable. They'd made their mark. Boom! Aurelia squatted with her feet spread wide like a surfer on the wave, riding out the tremble of the building. She covered the top of her cup with her hand. The champagne sloshed against her palm. Aurelia chuckled at how ludicrous it was that she'd volunteered to be here. Remy checked her watch, then leaned over to open her laptop. She placed a prearranged video call to the Wombats, Women's Mentorship in Battle, Achievement, and Trials. Just a handful of women who knew each other from the danger zones. Different skills, different career trajectories. All of them were people that Aurelia aspired to become. One by one, images populated the screen. Remy leaned in so her face showed up front and center. "I've opened a bottle of champagne, ladies." They each raised their own glasses, whatever was handy, depending on where they were in the world. From champagne flutes to ceramic mugs to Remy and Aurelia's plastic collapsible hiking cups. A bomb whistled its way down. "Do you hear that?" Remy asked. Boom! The room shook, throwing Aurelia off balance. She hovered there, arms outstretched, gasping for air through the dusty cloud, struggling to let go of her hold on life so fear wouldn't incapacitate her. Remy calmly stretched out to catch the laptop as it skidded off the table. "Woo! Close," Haley said from the top right corner of the screen. "Too close. But let's get to it, shall we?" Remy asked. "I have called you all here tonight because I thought this might be the appropriate time, place, and circumstance to welcome a new wombat into our wisdom." A wisdom, Aurelia knew, was a group of wombats out in nature. And the wisdom of wombats in front of her was an elite group of women who had bonded as they did their jobs in the most desperate of circumstances. Reporters, humanitarian aid workers, medical aid workers, engineers, CIA agents, linguists. In that group, the expertise had depth and breadth. They used their resources to help each other accomplish their professional goals, and more importantly, to stay alive. Remy lifted her champagne with one hand as she turned the video camera toward Aurelia with the other. The women started cheering and calling out welcomes to her. Aurelia's eyes stretched wide at the honor that they were extending. Remy's words weren't a surprise to any of them. Obviously, the women had discussed and agreed upon her invitation. They had opened the door.